I'm Ezrah Raya, and this is the Manila Times. 2024 is a year of new beginnings. It's a time to start fresh and to set new goals. Now, this year, the Senate grilled the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines, or NGCP, for the massive blackouts in Visayas, mainly in Panay. It received another scolding from the lower house just this week. The Energy Department and the Energy Regulatory Commission is investigating the matter, which could be attributed to unfinished grid connections. Moreover, the past year ended with the United Nations Conference of the Parties on Climate Change agreeing for a fossil fuel phase out. This would mean that most countries, including the Philippines, would have to switch to renewable energy sources to reach its climate goals. Some of the forms of REs are solar, wind turbines, hydropower, and geothermal energy, among others. What are better energy options out there for the Filipino households? Here with us today is the President and CEO of GoSolar Philippines, Engineer Bhong Bibi. Welcome to the Manila Times, sir. Right now, the Senate Committee on Energy is grilling NGCP for the rolling blackouts in the Visayas area. So tell me, what are the biggest challenges facing the solar power industry today?
Okay, so I think that's a very good question. I think one of the things that are the really a challenge right now is the education of the public. No, there's lack of awareness because I think solar can really help that problem that we're having in a sense that each household can be independent from the grid. So they will not rely on their distribution utility, on NGCP, on the plants that went down for a few days. So they in a sense they are becoming their own power plants on their own. So it's just there's in a way lack of awareness from I think from the educating body such as the DOE, I guess, in helping us to promote that solar can really help in those problems as well. And there's also some misconceptions that solar is just for the rich, no? So I think it's not. Solar it came to a point I think I really saw the since we started delving into solar since 2010. So I saw that the price of the solar really went down. It went down for at least 70% already. So it became so affordable that it really makes sense to invest right now because the solar is at an all-time low. And there's this misconception that it's still expensive, that a regular Filipino can't afford it. And I think the third is with regards to that um misconception of being expensive. I think that the lack of support of the financing institutions. I'm in conversation with some banks, and until today, unlike our other foreign country friends that they already have some form of solar loans, the banks still categorize the solar loans as a personal loan, which I don't agree because um solar in itself gives you it's quite an investment because if you install solar you'll receive savings in the form of or you receive some form of like a return in the form of savings in your electricity. So it's not a personal loan wherein the bank doesn't know what the customer will use it to, no. But for solar there's savings. So for example, their Meralco bill will really become low. They'll save that money, and that savings will be a form of payment to the bank. So I don't agree with that conversation with the bank. So I think those three things, the lack of awareness from regulatory bodies, common misconception, and the support from our banking institution friends are the top three challenges of the industry right now.
Engineer Bong, I was very interested with what you said, becoming or being their own power plant and not relying on the grid. So tell us more about solar energy. Can it really power up a house, a regular household here in the Philippines? And what are its limitations?
Yes. Um, Before when we say when you say solar before, you're only thinking about powering a simple light, powering charging your cell phone. But right now, what we're installing, at least for GoSolar Philippines, these are industrial grade solar power systems that are being installed to your household. You can power you can power your microwave, your toaster, your very big aircon. We can power it using solar, and we also have manufacturing facilities so that the big industrial machines can be powered right now by solar. The big chillers, freezers, all these power hungry appliances can be powered by solar as of the moment. So there's this form of solar power system. These are the kilowatt level solar power system that we are installing. So it can power not only the residential but even commercial and industrial facilities and establishments. We can also power that. Um, when we say there's this type of solar power system. It's called off grid. So wherein you don't need anymore an electricity provider on or a distribution utility. So it's as if that you are an independent plant. So this type of installation is means that you're already independent. You'll use your own solar, your own electricity, and you have a storage, a battery, so that at night you can still use electricity. And the other form of solar is the grid tie or the on grid. These are the much used solar power system, at least in Metro Manila, because this still relies on a distribution utility. So they use solar in the morning, or at least their household prioritizes the use of solar. And at night, they go back to their distribution utility, which in Metro Manila is Meralco. So these are the two most common, or the two types of installation. But recently there's been a surge of what we call a hybrid installation. So it's a combination of both, wherein you don't need a really huge system such as the off grid. So it's not that expensive, and you also have the benefit of the off grid by it being having a battery. But at the same time, if the battery is already depleted, you can still use your distribution utility. So I think that's the best type of installation amongst the three.
That's very interesting, ano. I think I agree with you. I think most people, when they think about solar, they think about the little power it produces. It can only power up a bulb, but I like the way when you said that it can also power hungry appliances. So kaya niya ring paandarin yon. So tell us, how long does the solar panels need to recharge to power up the household? Kasi earlier you said they could some of the hybrid setups would only use solar power in the morning, and then at night they would switch back again to the grid.
Okay, so let me clear that. That's also a misconception that the solar needs to charge up, because there's the difference between a power and an energy. Energy is stored, while power is needs to be used immediately. So what do I mean by that? When you have a solar power system, once you're harvesting during the day, you automatically need to use it. So you need to have some form of usage by having an appliance. But if you don't have that, that's the time that you will store it as a form of energy on batteries. But there's also this program by our government and by our distribution utilities. It's called net metering, wherein when you are harvesting solar power, solar energy, you can sell it to the distribution utility. And imagine if all of your neighbors already have solar, even if the grid fluctuates, or there's not enough power for everyone, you can buy from your neighbor, or you can sell if you have your excess energy. So those are the things that can be that can be done, no, during this time of some form of energy crisis, or energy shortage problem that we're having. You the one that you're discussing, that's the off grid and hybrid. When there's an excess power, the solar prioritizes the appliances in the home, and when there's an excess power, it will store it on the battery. So depending on the size of your, because you can install a 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatt, 50 kilowatt on your home. It depends on your budget, on your capacity, on your the roof capacity, the number of panels that can be installed in your roof. So there's different factors, the capacity of your inverter, the capacity of your battery. So there's this different factor, but the logic for that is the solar prioritizes the equipment, the appliances in your household, and when there's an excess, it will then store its excess energy in the battery. And at night, since there's no solar, your appliance will prioritize the batteries. Okay. So once the battery, so for our implementations wherein they have many batteries, many power walls, they don't need to have any electricity coming from their distribution utility. But if you just install just enough battery or power wall for emergency purposes, so after, let's say, around 9 p.m. or 12 midnight, once you have your air condition turned on, you will get your power to your distribution utility once the battery is already depleted. So that's how solar works. So in the morning, it's all solar. At night, if you have battery, it will come from battery before getting some from your distribution utility. But if you don't have any batteries, it's just solar and then distribution utility at night. So that's the gist of it.
Engineer Bong, there are plenty of other solar panel companies in the country right now in the Philippines. But what caught my eye is that your company specializes or targets households here in the Philippines. So it's no longer for corporations, it's no longer for industrial use, but you would also like to power households, you know. So and then I loved how you explained everything to us, how a household can fully utilize solar power. Tell us, how much does it cost really? Because earlier you mentioned that financing is needed for a regular household.
Okay. So let me answer those questions. So first, the reason that we've targeted household, because for the longest time, we saw that the solar companies are targeting the commercial and industrial industries, and I mean establishments and companies. And I believe that if we really want to have that change, we should target those the masses, which are the residential household. And so what we did in the company is we made sure that the residential the households, our customers, our clients can have the most price effective recommendation for their system. So because for solar, we can install the lowest price package, but will they save enough? Maybe, maybe not. So what we're doing is we are right sizing for every household. So we don't just give, okay, here's a 5 kilowatt for household A, here's 5 kilowatt for household B, this is the price. So we don't do it that way. So we make sure to ask the right questions. We make sure to know what's the behavior of each of our customers. Do they have work outside their household? Are they work from home? So it means that their aircon must be 24/7. So we study their energy usage patterns, and from there we suggest the right size of solar power system. So the at least for our company, the lowest price system is around just above 100,000 pesos. But the good thing about what we're suggesting is you can, after a while, when the energy produced is not enough, you can add, you can upgrade, no? So it's already upgrade ready. The what we're suggesting to our, or what we are giving to our clients. And but we also, since we are a residential focused company, we also have this promotions wherein we've talked with some smaller financing institutions, so not banks, but we offer 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 36 months payment plan. I think the lowest that you can avail our service around 6,500 pesos. So that's just a regular household solar or distribution utility bill, no? So electricity bill. So that's really cheap. So you want to make that the market can really afford the paying solar.
I'm sold, no, Engineer Bong. So, renewable energy sources like solar is really the way to go. So, in your opinion, how can we convince more people to opt for renewable energy sources?
We have this explanation to our clients. There's this, it's like a three-legged stool. So first one is the environmental. We already know it. As you've said, it's one of the best form of renewable energy, solar. It will be forever. It will be there for the next 5, 10,000 years. It will be there for almost forever, at least while we're living. The second is the societal impact of solar. So when you install a solar, it's just not the environmental, but the aside from the environmental, you also give that we're saving the environment in a way. We don't we are using clean energy. There's this societal impact that the society will also benefit because there's lesser floods, and when there's lesser floods, of course there's lesser traffic during rainy season. And the third one is the financial. Okay, so I'll be frank. Solar is the cost of solar versus the financial benefit of solar is already, it's the benefit is really there. The financial benefit is really there, wherein the cost of solar will is only your maybe 3-year bill. The return on investment for solar right now ranges from 3 years, 4 years, 5 years at most. But the benefit, you will have free energy for the next 25, 30 years. That's the average lifespan of your solar component. So 25, 30 years. So imagine, it's a re it's it big solar power system is, it's not just an environmental tool and societal. It's already a financial. It's a really good financial investment. Investing on your household, investing on your future as well, because you are saving. You just paid for 3 years, 5 years. You get you got your return of your investment back. And for after that next 20 years, it's pure savings. It will go in your pocket.
Amazing. I learned so much about solar power in this interview. So, solar power is a great way to save money and help the environment at the same time. Thank you so much, CEO and President of GoSolar Philippines, Engineer Bong Bibi. Maraming salamat po.